And we're live. Okay, so let's get everything ready. Got the loading animation up right now. Switch over. You guys aren't going to see anything right now because Blender's not open. But let's go ahead and open that up. And the aspect ratio is going to be a little bit off, so let me fix that. There we go, that's pretty good. All right, so we got Blender 2.83 open right here, and we're going to be making a lamp. So open a new general with the default cube. Can't use the default cube, so we delete that and delete the default light. All right, so probably gonna want to start with a cylinder. I assume we're gonna go add cylinder. Now tab into edit mode and scale on the Z. This is gonna be the base of the lamp. So let's go. Maybe we'll loop cut it in the center. Expand that out a little bit. Loop cut it down below. Give it a nice base. X invisible and base. Actually, let's scale this whole thing down. Oh, Z from the X. Getting text. All right. So that should look pretty good, I guess. We'll turn on shade smooth, and it gets all these weird edges. So we go, where is it? Oh, here we go. And then normals and auto smooth. There we go. Now it doesn't round all the edges, it only rounds edges under 30 degrees. I'll lower that. I have to make that a little bit thicker. Let's go 15 degrees, that's good. And then tab again. Hello, and we just want to extrude this out until it shows up. So that's going to definitely do it. And then shrink it until, there we go. This looks more like a lava lamp right now. We can go into textured mode just so we can kind of see how it looks with lighting. And take the world and go black background. That way if we render it right now, you see there's nothing there, just the absence of something. Go ahead and add in a light. Light. Oh. There we go. There we go. Nice little light. Increase its brightness. The default of 1000. Move it up a little bit, move it out. But you can still see. Let's see how it looks on camera. Okay, so we're going to edit the camera later. But for right now, let's go ahead and let's go back into textured so we don't have the background. And let's make a light. So we could just, make another point light. Super easy. Actually, I'm going to make the shade first. And then I'll decide if I want to make a bulb or make a light. Scale this up quite a bit. Good. Select the top edge. Funnel it in a little bit. Bottom edge. Go out. And let's see here. Maybe let's go ahead and inset this face just a little bit. And we'll extrude that upward. And then because we can see through, scale it in. And now if we turn this off, now we have kind of a shade. Let's go ahead and take this face, delete that, delete this, select these top lines right here, and move those down like that. And then we'll select all, wait, no, not all of that. Unselect this, select all of this, and hit F. That way it makes it solid on top. Except for that's not exactly what we're looking for. So how go about doing that? Control Z will undo that. Basically what I'm trying to do is here to here and F to make a face. And I want to make those go all the way around. I guess I could just like not like that, but you know. Okay, so that works kind of. Like that. Can I just like do like this? Go all the way around. Boy, move it. Then, oh, okay, so that worked. Perfect, and now we have our shade. Go ahead and make this, grab select circle, and make it a little bit thinner. It is just shade. Perfect. Now that we have that, let's same thing, shade smooth and auto smooth. And then let's go in textures and turn up transmission so that light can pass through it. If we go into rendered, this and move this down inside. You can see right now you can't actually see through it. And that's because we're not in cycles. Okay. So now you can see through it. It's really noisy though. Turn GPU so it renders a little bit faster. So maybe not all the way transmissive. We don't want it to be glass. Yeah, that's probably good. And we'll make this, I don't know, maybe a silver, maybe a brown, tan. Yeah, tan looks good. And then we'll make this here a tan as well. That looks kind of nice. It gives the light an amber look. Turn up our roughness all the way. That looks kind of lamp-ish. Now the reason I want to make a light is because we can make a tiny little cylinder here. Move that up, tab, scale it. That our little light bulb in there. And then we can give it an emissive texture. Go 100 and make it a yellowish light. Now, if we delete the point light, go X. Oh wait, we're in edit mode, that's why. Okay, so then delete that. Then we just kind of have our emissive cylinder here, and that goes through the shade. I really wish this worked in Eevee, and there's got to be a way. I want to say it's in the blend mode. Well, that makes it invisible, but we still can't see light through it. If we do this the same, can we not do that? No, we cannot. Okay, so it has to be in cycles. At least so far as I know. All right, so now take all this and join it so it's a lamp. And that's a pretty good starter lamp. I'll probably edit it later. And now let's go ahead. Actually, let's lighten up the background a bit too dark for right now. We'll make it light and then we'll change it to dark when we're done. We're going to want a, actually, can I? No. Okay, so this is, okay, so I'm going to go into the shader editor. Let's figure out if we can make this lampshade look even better. It's going to turn pink because we don't have an image in there right now. Go to textures and we'll go with, you guys can't see the folder, but I'm looking through all of the textures that I have. Maybe it's a good one to do. I want to say I had this one, kind of a wicker basket, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a weird lampshade. I just kind of want a fabric. So I'm gonna go textures, get a new texture. Fabrics. And let's find a good one. I want to make the lampshade look really nice because I want to try and make this kind of photorealistic. Not exactly. Let's see, where is fabrics? Here we go. Nice fabric. Go. These are all like dish towel things. Doesn't really work too well. Go this one. Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna grab these folders. And let's go. Let's see, where did they go? Here we go. Textured mode. Yeah, we got, it's kind of small, so we'll go in here. That could pose a problem. Maybe not. U and Q projection. So now it's a little bit more accurately sized. So now if we go into blend, kind of looks a little bit better. So I'm going to duplicate this and we're going to go, this is going to go to roughness, non-color, make sure that's not a duplicate, and we're going to put our roughness in there. So now, you know, it's got some darker spots. And this is supposed to be kind of torn, so when we give it that creepy vibe, it'll look a little bit bolder. I think we'll add a nice touch to it. I want to learn how to do ambient occlusion. I know there's a node for that, but I just don't know how to implement it into Blender yet. Let's go and add a bump map, normal to normal. I'm gonna go color to height and go normal map. Go color to color and normal to normal. Now you can see we go textured mode. It looks really weird. And that's because we have our roughness as our bump. We want to go height map here. See, that already looks a little bit more normalish. And then make that non-color. There we go. Looks even better. Then down here, make this non-color and go with the normal. There we go. Makes it look a little bit more fabric-y. I don't know why the roughness is so weird. Non-color again. Yeah, kind of looks more fabric-y. And now I want to make this a little bit brighter. And how does this look? So you can see it kind of looks, bring this up a little bit. Looks a bit more fabric-y now. I'm going to turn up the resolution so it renders a couple more particles. We go, make the background dark again. Looks a little bit better. So now I want to make, let's turn down the roughness on the base. Or, yeah, down. The way it reflects more. And that looks pretty good. Actually, I'll just delete the camera for right now. Let's go ahead and make a table for it to sit on. Tab. Scale this. I want to make it that thick. Scale X. Just go 10. Looks pretty good. And scale Y 10. I have this plane. And go back to select box. Go to textured mode. And let's go ahead and grab this whole thing and give it a new texture. And this we're going to call wood, wooden table. So I'm going to come back up here into our shader editor. Go texture, image texture, color to color. And before we put an image in, we're just going to duplicate this a bunch. And 4, I think. Yeah. So this goes roughness. Grab our bump map and our normal map. Move this to the side a little bit. And just like the last color, go color to color, normal to normal, and color to height. Now, got very reflective. Actually, let's get the roughness in there. Let's find wooden texture. So we got, what's a good one? What kind of woods do we have? Oh wait, that's the roughness, never mind. So we want the roughness. There we go. That is really shiny. Oh wait, non-color. There we go, that's a little bit better. I'm gonna open up the color in there. And we don't have a height map on this one, so actually take that out because we don't have that. Grab our normal. Oh wait, no we do. We have a displacement. So actually going to need to turn this non-color, so accurate. And move this over here. Grab this one, move it out, and grab a displacement node. And if I remember correctly, go displacement to displacement and color height. And then over here, you remember where it was, settings. We want displacement and bump. So when we go into rendered view, that should have our displacement when we add that in. displacement. Yeah, so you can kind of see it a little bit, not too much. Now it's very sharp lighting right there. And obviously the more it renders, it's getting lighter and lighter. But I'm gonna need to figure out, oh wait, displacement's not even in. There we go. That's better. Or if we move our mid-level. Oh. So that increases the height of the displacement. So now you can see it's like really, really rough. 0.1. See, does it work in textured mode? No, it does not. We have to be in rendered. But what we can do is turn up the background again, make it lighter, so that we can see what we're working. Let's see if I increase this, it's going to displace our cube a whole bunch, but it'll give us the depth on the top. So I'm going to just turn this back to 0.1. I think that looks good. It gives us a little bit of bump to it, but not too crazy. I'm going to go into edit mode and just the whole thing, cube projection. And that'll make it the right size. And you can see we got ourselves a nice little wooden table. And you're not going to be able to see the table too much, so we don't have to add legs and all that. If we're going to motion track this and, you know, put me in front of a green screen in this room, we'd probably want to make it a full table. But we don't need to make that for this one. Checking through everything, making sure it's not. Yeah, okay, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and delete that. So now we have our lamp on its table. And so now let's go ahead and add, I'm going to bring this up a little bit. This is our keyframing. And I'm going to go into the graph editor, and we're going to add for our, grab the lamp, for the emission texture, we're going to want to keyframe this. So now you see we have our keyframes down here. I want to make this interpolation. Let's make it we want to change the interpolation. We'll see how it looks once we add. I'm going to open this tiny little panel over here and add in modifiers, a noise modifier. So basically, this can't really see. Okay, so scale. Why can't I see it? That's weird. Okay, so something is not quite right. We want to make sure we have something's not going right. That's why I like using a light, is because then I'm able to see everything. Yeah, that's not doing anything. So what if I add in, keyframed it once, what if we just kind of one, keyframe it again. Now can we see what's going on? Graph editor? No. Why? Keying set. Okay. Right now I'm going to just turn this. I'm going to forget about this. Delete the keyframes. Turn it to 0. So now our lamp has no light. I'm going to add in point light. it up until we can see it. Okay. So you can see that, make it 1000. Move it down. So now we can see it, I guess. Oh, but it's only on the top. Okay, so it's gonna have to be like this in order for us to be able to see it on the table. What I was trying to do was insert a keyframe here, and then we can go into the graph editor and add a noise modifier. Hopefully, and that's not working either. What am I missing? Deletion linear? No. Okay, so none of these are working. Because right now, yeah, it's just staying constant. So we need to figure out what the problem is. Just go some massive scale. Maybe a low scale. Here's what I never understand is sometimes it works perfectly, and other times you're lucky if it works. Let's delete all the keyframes and try this again. So we have our light selected. Go. Graph editor. And zoom in. I'm gonna go look for this real quick. Okay, I'm gonna save this, Control S, not in the pet shop. I'm working on a pet shop game right now, and it's really annoying because the developers don't know what they want. But hopefully they're not watching. I don't think they're watching. They don't know what they want, and it's really annoying. So let's go into just Blender, and then we'll save this as lamp. Why not? Now I'm gonna close out of Blender. The screen's gonna go black for you guys. Yeah. And then I'm gonna open it up again. Hopefully when I open it back up, it fixes itself. Because that's the weird thing about Blender. Half the time, you just open it up and it'll fix itself. So now we want to insert a keyframe. So okay. Where is the insert keyframe? Okay, we'll just do it like this. So now there should be, I don't know why this line should be moving. That's weird. For some reason. Yeah, okay, so we have our line now. So that's good. We have our line. What we want to do to this, we want to add a noise modifier. Why does that not want to function? Oh, okay, so it is functioning. Just very, very, very small. Does this make it bigger? What does that do? No, that does not. Why? So basically, this is the intensity of the light. Oh, okay, here we go. There we go. That's more what we're looking for. Turn this up to like some insane thing. Now, let's see, we go rendered mode. You can't really see it too well, but maybe it'll show an Eevee. Eevee? Yeah, so you kind of see it's like flickering. That's what we're going for. Now you can only see a ring because of how all that works. But we got a flickering light. If we hide this, we have a flickering light. I'm gonna increase the strength a bit more, make it more dramatic. Is that good? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now that we have our absolutely crazy, let me just here. Oh, I mean 1. Okay, yeah, okay, that works better. So now we're going to go back to cycles, and it's going to take a while. So now we have that. Let's go back to our timeline. So you should be able to kind of see that changing. I don't know why. Can't see that. Just make it 100 frames. And I'm gonna just render out a little bit of them. Let's go with the transparent background. So render animation. Oh wait, we need to add in a camera. That's right. So add camera, Control 0 to place it. And now we're gonna go over here under View, lock camera to 3D view, and now we can see. I'll check that. So now render animation. I don't know how long this is gonna take. Oh wow, this is gonna take a while. So maybe, yeah, because it's gonna have to do this for all the frames. So now what I'm wondering is, can we do the same thing with our actual lamp? Now that we know the problem, because you'll be able to see it better here. So that's super zoomed out. Make this big again. Get out of camera view because it's annoying. And then where is, so keyframe, there we go. Now add modifier, noise. Okay, so it is working. Strength, some crazy number, and the, I don't know what depth does. You see that? Is that moving? Okay, so that interesting. It's odd. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this back to 250. Actually, we'll just go 500. It'll be a long animation. Why not? And then we'll head back to our graph editor. I've never had to make it this big before. But we can see it is flickering. Not too much, but it's flickering. So that's good. Now that we have that, let's go. We'll leave that. Doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, you can see it's flickering. I would like that to be a little bit lower though. Whatever. Yeah. And now, what more to add? Let's see what 256 looks like. And then let's go, render that. Turning up the light paths so it looks more realistic. We don't need to mess with that. Branched path tracing. Ooh, we could add a bit of subsurface on that lamp. That could look pretty nice. That's the wrong one. Here we go. Okay, never mind. We cannot add subsurface. Subsurface is basically like if you wanted it to glow, like if you're making a candle, the candle I made, I wanted to put subsurface on that so it would kind of, the light would glow through the wax. This is, oh, that's fine. I mean, this looks really nice. Make this smaller. You barely see the lamp. Move this up so you can see the base of the lamp as well. So now we have a very basic lamp, a very basic table, and a flickering light. And I say, let's go back to here. Just the regular, not do all the advanced stuff. Trying to figure out how to make this look better. What does this do? Huh. Now I'm interested. So if we render image, then it's just going to refine the noise until that might actually not be too bad. I feel like though it's still going to have a maximum, so we're not going to do that. Let's go from the center. I don't know why it's got a bunch of stuff for save buffers. Task. That's too much. We don't need that. Render data around. Yeah, okay, so I think that'll be good. And actually, this looks pretty good so far as noise is concerned. If we just turn that up to 500 or something. I think most people just, like, they'll literally just use 1000 and it'll take forever. But it looks nice. I don't usually mess around with a lot of the rendering stuff, so this is all new to me, so I gotta kind of read what these do. Nice, but faster rendering. So we'll just leave that super low. What does this do? Okay. So this will reduce noise. And the other thing we can do is, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to see what it looks like. We're going to go over to the compositor and use nodes. So this is our rendered image, and it looks really bad here because it's tiny. But basically, we want to add a denoise. So this kind of makes it like smooths everything. So sometimes it'll make it look more cartoonish. But I'm going to give this a shot and see how this looks. I'm going to render our image. Oh boy, it's so slow. Yeah, okay. I'm going to turn down the samples to 128 until. Hang on a second, that's not right. What's happening? Oh, we didn't stop this render. Okay, render image. Much faster. So this is going from the center outward, and it's just going to render all of the blocks, I guess. All the tiles. So we'll see how this looks once it's denoised. Okay, so that actually looks pretty nice. You can see it obviously took a lot away from our texture on the lampshade, but it does create a nice looking result. So I'm gonna say we're gonna keep denoise on, and that'll be good. And then obviously it will have a higher. Move that down to 500. Just 256. It'll look nicer than that. So now let's add in our little. So what would be the best shape to do the eyes out of? I don't know what would be the best. Maybe just literally just a UV sphere. Want to make sure to tab into edit mode when we're scaling so it doesn't mess up the normals and all that. Let's see. So from the front, that looks pretty good. Should get half of that, half of that. Just move those up a little bit. Turn on. Actually, rotate. Time. Rotate up. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go with 20. No, negative 20. Negative 20 degrees. Yeah, that looks good. Over here, do the same thing. But this one's positive, so 20 degrees. So now I've got these funky sphere eyes back there, and we're going to add in a emission texture. Make it give you the same texture. Now, that's too bright. Maybe 50. I don't know, it looks pink. It's weird. I don't want them to look pink. Pink. Oh, well, that's why it's on the pink side. Yeah, there we go. How does that look if we switch our background? Oh, wait, that's just down here. Switch our background back from transparent and make it black. Then go ahead. Control-Alt-0 to place our camera. Lock camera to view. Yeah. All right. So we've got kind of the red glow here. And then we'll unlock that. So now if we just render this image, what does this look like? Oh wait, I turned the render samples back up. Let's turn those back down. Undo all of this and sample. Let's actually just go 64, like super basic, but it'll render like really fast. And denoise. Okay. So it's pretty good. Now, going to want to add in something else, something. I was thinking maybe no. What if these were closer? No. I'm just gonna add in a Suzanne monkey. Go textured mode. Oh boy. Let it load. There we go. R90 no, Z. I'm just going to move this behind the eyes. Give give it something that's staring back. There's 3. Monkey here. I'll line it up with the eyes. Shrink it. Looks weirder. Now I'm gonna want to turn down the alpha on this. Shadesmith that. So that looks okay, I guess. At the same time, not really, because you can see where it ends and all that. Maybe not like that. I don't like it. Let's delete that and just keep the eyes. What is it missing? It's missing something. I can't figure it out. You can animate this. Go here. So we're gonna end at 11. The first 100 frames. 0. And by the end, bring this down to 2. Or maybe we'll just bring it to 0. So now, those are going to slowly fade out as the animation persists. This only needs to be 250. Put it 0 here. So now we go in the first 100, they reach full brightness, and they just kind of start to fade out. I think that looks pretty good, and with the flickering light, I think that'll look really nice. So let's see here. Why not? Why do we have set to bump on? Displacement and bump. Oh wait, because there's no bump on that. We have this one, displacement and bump though, right? Let's check that. This one's. What does only displacement look like? Basically the same thing. We don't need that. Okay, let's go ahead. This. I want to make the light. I'm gonna go back to this graph editor thing and change the interpolation to linear. Didn't seem to do a whole bunch. Select that, interpolation, linear. Yeah, that's not working. I'm done with the graph editor. Yeah, so yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't know what to call it though. I'm gonna work on something more like this. Do some cooler stuff. But for right now, I don't know what to add. So I think I'm gonna render this out, end the stream, and post it later today when it's done rendering. So for right now, I'll just go ahead and end the stream. Wait a second. Something's not right here. it's working properly. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end and continue this and then upload it later. Right. Yeah, I'll end.